So that's 2 wires in between the diode, and there's 2 wires in this little terminal here. So 1 wire for the end line resistor on each one. So now I get it. Hello guys, this is a video of a notifier firestar EFS 8 zone conventional panel. And also I want to mention that I got this system from for a rip out. And I'll tell you how I was aware of it. There was I didn't get it from a renovation site or a demolition site. I just got it from some random rip out. So and I got this from the Moisesall Museum in Bury St Edmunds. So the reason why I found out they were getting rid of their fire alarm system is they put that up on Facebook, and I contacted them about it. And then like a week later they told me to collect a box. And so and I got the fire alarm system from there. The system it was replaced with was a brand new Apollo system with intelligent cool points, and the panel was unadvanced. And at the time I saw it, people were still working on the new system when I came to collect this. And well, yeah, the new system is nothing interesting at all. But I like how I saved this old system from scrap. So yeah, so the panel is a notifier, and all the devices on the system are pretty much notifier and BBC fire protection. So you can see there's a BBC white Roshni, 2 notifier detectors, a heat detector and an optical smoke detector, and a BBC 1195 cool point. It's a rebranded Gen 1195. And I did also get 3 more devices, but I'm not using them on the system at the moment. But there's another BBC low profile Roshni, another 1195, and a notifier ionisation detector. So I'm going to try it out. Start with this cool point. Oh, and the buzzer on the panel is very quiet, and the Roshni is set to medium sweep, like it's normal tone. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it works pretty good, and this is the wiring of the cool point. This is an end of line resistor. The panel only had 1 end of line resistor still in it, but that's why all of the other zones terminals are in fault. But oh well, it does still work properly. So I'm going to try out the notifier detector, and it's the conventional version of the addressable one. So these are actually quite rare actually, but it is an older version of the other one. Apparently every notifier device I actually own did come from a BBC fire protection system. I do have a slightly newer version of this detector as well, and that came from another BBC system, but only the panel wasn't this type, it was another kind. And but that also came for a little rip out of the refurbishment of Iceland, but that's all I got from there really. I didn't get anything else, and I didn't get rid of the whole system anyway. So see if it works. I haven't actually tested it, so I don't know whether it's going to activate. Try that again. Oh, it works. Yeah, unlike the other one I own, this one has 2 LEDs, but they don't flash when the system's normal. But oh well. I think I'll just let it clear out a bit, then I'll There we go. Hopefully it won't go off again. Oh, there we go. Might have to just yeah, blow it out. There's the wiring on the base, which I managed to figure out to do. Put it back on, see if hopefully it won't go off again. Okay, so the detector works, but I'm not going to test heat detector in this video. But I don't have the air dryer out at the moment. And also, just saying that this panel also has class change as well. I actually wired just this to it. But I think both this panel and the JSB are the only panels I own that have class change. But I think both of them just go off continuous. I think the only panels I know of that have continuous class change are these and some others. I think most old panels have continuous class change, but there's also coded class change, which some newer panels have. I think the only newer panels I know of that have coded class change are the CTEC CFP and the Hayes Surveyor XL. I know they have continuous class change, but I think this is really all you need to operate it. So it just activates sounds a bit. But yeah, I think for a conventional panel, this one's actually pretty cool. And I don't know what step and state actually do, but if anyone else knows, let me know in the comments. And like the Chubb Zone Model 104, this panel does also have a key switch, and it works in the same way, but it's only the keys are hard to get out. You can sound the system with key switch as well. There we go. And I'm also going to show you the inside of the panel. I think I'm going to take the two screws out, this one and this one. So let me just take the cover of the panel off. Okay, so now I've got the cover off the panel. It is very easy to take off. And also there's no electronic components on the back of it. So see, there's the brand and the model number. And I'll screw this one out. So you can see there's the zone circuit wiring, there's also the class change at the back and the mains terminal. I don't know what this wire is for, it might be for the key switch. And this panel was made in 2001, as far as I know really. I like how the key switch is also exposed in this. There's also a bit of tape over the buzzer. Well, that was there when I got the panel. I mean, this is literally the first time actually trying it out. I think I've had this panel for about nearly a week. I know I got it probably on Wednesday last week. Yeah, after the gym I actually went to the Moises Hall to collect this, along with most of the devices, including those ones there. I did get two other devices, but well, another optical smoke detector and another low profile Roshni, but I'm getting rid of those. I'll probably give them away or just sell them on eBay at some point. Also, want to point out that BBC fire protection is actually very common around my area, and this is not the only BBC system I've actually seen in real life. Even though Moises Hall said they were getting rid of their fire alarm system on Facebook, they I didn't actually know what fire alarm system the place had, and I don't think I've been there since 2008. Well, I did notice something at that time, but I think it must have been one of the call points, and it was definitely a round one, and I think that's where it was. But that's the only thing I knew about the fire alarm system being there. other than that, I had no idea what fire alarm system was even in there until I got it, really. So, but yeah, this is not the only BBC system I've ever seen before. I mean, I've seen like 9 other BBC fire protection systems in the whole of Bury St Edmunds. I can name a few others. There's also Argos, which probably has the same panel and definitely the same Roshnis and call points as this. Well, I don't know what panel it is because I haven't seen it, but I take it it's one of these. There's also the Works, which has square BBC call points and Series 60 detectors and bells. Then there's also Iceland, which recently got refurbished, which they only replaced the detectors and the call points. They didn't replace the panel or the bells, but the panel was a different kind. It wasn't a rebranded notifier. Well, in fact, this panel isn't rebranded at all, really. It's just left as it is. And there's also the home base, the Parkway car park, and some little shop with a BBC bell in it. And I think that's all of them. And they're only in one place, so yeah, BBC is very common around my area. But some other people say that they don't often see this kind of system. But I've seen loads of BBC stuff in Bury St Edmunds. Maybe I'll probably put the cover back on the panel. Yeah, the actual cover slides over a bit. Yeah, I think this panel is actually pretty good, actually. Well, okay, it did come with its own keys and the call point keys, but I'm just using a spare one, which yeah, to be honest, I've never actually wired a gent call point to a fire alarm system before. This is my first time ever trying one of these out. I do own 2 others, but this is the first time I've ever wired one up, and I think it worked in the end. Also, this call point has a date on it, which is on this side. It's from 1994, and then this one, which has a slightly different glass. This one's from 2000. Yeah, a lot of old gent call points like these have dates on them. I'll say it off one more time for you. Here we go. So yeah, this is also the first ever 8-zone panel I've ever got. All the other panels I have are basically 4-zone or 2-zone, such as the JSB and the Chubb Zone Master, and that Kensec Sigma over there, which doesn't work. And I mean, that's everything I want to say about this. Oh, and also, someone on Facebook on a Fire Alarm Engineers group actually said they have serviced this panel in the past. I think it must have been eFire. Well, the guy said he used to work for ProTech and serviced this system before, but I don't think that's the guy who took the system out. It must have been Advanced or Apollo Fire Detection that replaced this system. Well, I didn't picture any of the new devices on the system, mainly because they were not interesting at all, but yeah, the new system was Apollo, but I didn't actually see any addressable sounds on the system, but there might be some on the system soon, because I take it the system was only just taken out and they're still working on it. So that's it really. That's what I want to say about this panel. So thanks for watching.